All right, we are back. Well, I'm back. I don't know where you all are at. Sorry about that, you guys. I had to do that phone call though. That was an important call to make. Okay. So, we left off. I was being psychotically harassed by a seagull. The seagull has serious mental issues and likes to squawk at me. So, he decided he was going to try to fly into my car. Thankfully, my window was up, and I did not have a complete stroke. All right, so I'm going to wait for you guys to get here, and we are going to talk about design tips, the contest, just all kinds of random shit right now. So right now I have powered on the walkthrough city. I am currently connecting it to the Wi-Fi here. And I've been trying to level this... Oh, right on. I've been trying to level this city up to level 24 so that I can try to figure out what is going on with people's Epic project issue. So I noticed the other day several people have had an issue with epics, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about. They get to level 24 and they are unable to start an epic, like they don't even have them. And I noticed that a couple people were able to fix this issue. They were given some kind of notification that sent them to the mountainside. And then after they clicked that, all of a sudden they had epics available. Now, one way to know is if you click on your menu here and you click a category and you don't have epic pointers on your screen. Like when you click on a building, for example, it'll say epic points and the amount. The people that are experiencing this issue, they are still unable to see the amount of points the buildings are worth. Now, this feature should not be available to you until you hit level 24. Here's the other problem. You have to go through kind of like a checklist, if you will. First thing is you need to have fully upgraded regular residential homes, and they have to be within a coverage zone, meaning if I wanted to do one for education, it has to be within a coverage zone for that category before it's going to allow you to do it. The people that are experiencing this issue have done all of these things. They're level 24. They have regular residentials. They have the coverage. But the game is not realizing or allowing them to access the Epic Projects feature. They have the token tower. They're able to use speed tokens, but they just don't have the ability to do an Epic project. So somebody had said that when they had clicked on the town hall here, right here, that it had a blue, like a blue cloud thing, you know, like an opinion bubble type thing. It had directed that fucking train, you guys. Oh my God. That thing is so obnoxious. Okay. What was I talking about? Click on this bubble. And then it directed her to the mountainside. It said something. Nobody paid attention to what it said. And then all of a sudden, she was able to do epics. I don't know what it said, though, right? So without knowing exactly what was said on the screen, I have no way of determining what it was that, like, kicked that in. I know that it was a government symbol, and I know it directed her to the mountainside. So what I've been trying to do is speed level the walkthrough city to level 24 and see what exactly occurs. Because what I have noticed is I had a guy that he... right, it's at what tip, though? Like, is it... What exactly was the feature? Like, the name of it. So when you guys look at your stuff here, right? if you can only have so many clipboards active at any one time, then my thoughts here is maybe it's something that you just haven't completed yet that they would have expected somebody complete by level 24. Maybe, right? I don't know. So I went and contacted a couple of the people that have been having issues. And one of the guys had actually leveled up to level 30. I would not have advised to do that, but he did it. And he had completed some of the landmark clipboards and stuff, and it still did not fix his issue. So that kind of threw that out the window. Now I'm trying to figure out what exactly occurred. You know, what exactly is it showing you, and why is it that that had anything to do with the epics, right? So I've had people that unlock epic projects without unlocking anything on the mountain, without building anything on the mountain. So what exactly is it directing you to when it does that? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've brought a city all the way up to level 24. So that's what I've been working on with the walkthrough city. Okay, so as far as right, see, but I don't know what the notification was even about. What was it talking about? You see what I'm saying? It wasn't talking about epics. I've never known it to talk about epics during that time. I mean, I guess it could have been, but I doubt it. If anybody gets to that point where you're at level 23, right when you get to level 24, pay very close attention to what happens on your screen. And let me know if you see anything that is a specific type of journal or notification that's supposed to occur that maybe doesn't. And that way, we've got to start putting together like why some people have it work and why others don't. Because so far, about 3 or 4 people have been able to get their game fixed, but the other people have not. And that damn seagull, you guys, you hear him? Shut up. If I had better aim, I would shoot you. Gah! Thing is obnoxious. Okay, so the walkthrough city, I believe, is actually in the group. Let me double check. I really hope it is. Okay, so I hit level 20 on the walkthrough city. Okay, so how long did you go without epics? Wasn't it a couple weeks? Did you have that notification bubble on top of the town hall for several weeks? Or did it just pop up randomly? Because that would also say a lot. If it had popped up randomly out of nowhere, what made it pop up? Okay, so let me see here. I need sugar, linseed, plastic. Okay, let me go to you know what I might do if I can get this damn thing to work here. The internet is terrible on this damn thing. Okay. That's why I never get anything done on it. Anyway, so anybody who has been able to fix their issue or is level 23, pay very close attention. Honestly, it would be better if somebody could screen record when they get to level 23 and see what happens at level 24. If you just unlock them right away, if it's a notification or what happens. But anyways, until I can get it up to level 24 and see what's going on, I can't really help anybody at the moment fix the issue. So, several people have been able to fix it. Several people haven't. Some people have done clipboards Some people haven't. It seems to be this major issue that EA doesn't want to offer a solution to. So far, nobody has got a decent response from EA, even suggesting in the slightest that they would even look into it. One person had said that all of a sudden their epics just randomly started working, with nothing having been done. So that was a little weird. Anyway, I'm going to get my shop set up here, and then I'm going to go back over to the Sunny map because we had left off doing that. Hold on, you guys. I mean, yeah, go ahead. Advertise it. You guys got to figure out what exactly, all the rules and regulations and things like that are. So basically, Shang and Lo, or both of them, or one of them, or I don't know what the hell they got going on. But they've started an overflow group because we're so full. And that's one thing that I want to talk about. Right now, I'm going to be honest with everybody, okay? We're pretty full, okay? So here's the deal. I make it very clear what the rules are and the requirements are to be a member of my group. We are looking for a specific type of player. We're looking for active people who play strategically and are able to follow simple instructions, just simple. Our rules are honestly pretty straightforward, and they're there for good reason. I'm not going to go through what those rules are because anybody in my group knows what they are because they watch the group rules video. That is a requirement to be in my group, is to watch that group rules video. Now, typically, when you get removed, there is a couple of reasons for it, okay? Either you haven't been active and I don't know who you are, and that's very possible. So typically what happens, and I want to talk about how the chat works in the game. When you click on the chat, you don't always see every message that gets put in play. If you're off the game for several hours, you come back and you are going to be missing pieces of the chat. Now, if you leave your game open, right, and you scroll up all the way up, you'll notice that you only get to see so many messages, right? Now, if you actually physically shut the game and come back, just because up here it says 5 hours and then you see maybe 10 messages, that's not all of what was said since you've been gone. That's just what the game's allowing you to see. So for the past couple of weeks, I've had a member in my group that I don't see him ever, like ever. And I'm on all different hours of the day. Now, most of the time when I'm streaming, I might check the chat, kind of look, and I notice people's names. Is it possible that this person has spoken in the past couple weeks? Oh, absolutely. But the point is, I very rarely, if at all, ever see them. So for the past 2 weeks or so, I have made a point of asking about said person in the chat. Multiple times I've asked about this Zozil person. And yes, there were times where people said, oh yeah, I saw him in the morning. Okay, for how long? Is it just one quick hi message? Because if I'm not seeing you like ever in weeks and I've been asking and asking and asking, it's probably a good idea to either start being active or at least inform me of why you're never on. Like, hey, I'm here taking up room, but I'm never on. Right? So yesterday on stream, somebody asked if they could join in. And I was like, okay. So I went through the list and I noticed I took out the most inactive person. That person rejoined later. Another person in my group, which apparently they're friends, got upset that their friend had been booted and said that I never had even asked about him. Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. I've been asking about them many times. I asked CPT, I asked the group, I asked Chronic. Many, many, many times. I can think on 10 times I've asked in the last couple weeks. Now, I'm going to make this very, very clear, though. That is something I do as a courtesy. It is not something I have to do. So when this person said, "You have not asked at all today," they called me a liar, which is bullshit. And then they sent me screenshots on Facebook showing 10 hours worth of chat in one message. I'm like, you do realize that that's not the entire chat for the whole day. They assumed that since when they opened up their game, this was the whole day's worth of chat because it said 10 hours. No, that's not how it works. I just kicked both of them because I got sick and tired of fighting with them. Then he goes on Facebook and blasts me on Facebook about how he was so mistreated and everybody gets booted. We're looking for active people. Okay, we have a very high demand. A lot of people want in this group. Lo and Shang, I don't know what they're doing exactly, but they're making some kind of second group, whether it be an overflow group or a training group or just a whole different group or whatever. But it's basically a group, for my understanding, it's a group where people can kind of go and be on a wait list to get into this group. So if you're a really active player and, you play somewhat strategically and you just keep in contact with me, then great. It's very simple. And honestly, most people I don't really ever have to boot. Most of the time, if you're getting booted, it's because I don't know who you are. That's it. So usually what happens is between war, okay, we start war at 11 a.m. my time on Tuesday. So today at 11 a.m. we're going to start war. Then we're in war and we have a 12-hour cooldown after the first war. I go through the list, and if I see anybody that I don't know, right before I start war, I go through the list. If I see anybody that I don't know who they are, they're going to get removed before war starts. It's very important that when you join in during the cooldown time, that you at least make sure that me and CPT know who you are. Me and CPT are the only two that start war. So realistically, unless you're like in there causing problems, me and CPT are probably going to be the only people that would remove you. Honestly, the only people that even have the authority to remove you is me, him, Chronic, and Obsolete. So it's pretty common that you're going to get booted if we don't know who you are, if it's right before war. Now, if you join in and you say, "Hey, I'm from YouTube," and then you don't say anything for 6 hours, we come on and we never saw that message, it's probably a good chance you're going to get booted. Usually, right before I start war, I say something like, "Hey, who is this?" And if I don't hear from you, that's it. So just make sure I know who you are, okay? Right now, I've got my feeder city and the walkthrough city. The only reason I haven't booted one of those to make room for somebody is because I'm waiting to see if a friend of mine is going to join, because he's been wanting in for days. So it's kind of a placement hold right now. As for everybody else, this person is the one I made room for yesterday. This person rejoined after he's been gone for a while. That's the other thing. If you're going to be off for a long time, maybe you have exams coming up, whatever, oftentimes people will tell me and they'll say, "Hey, I'm going to be gone for a couple weeks, so I'm going to go ahead and leave and I'll come back." Great. Awesome. Or if it's a couple day thing, you got shit going on for the holidays, just shoot me a message. Say, "Hey, I'm not going to be on for a few days." Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. Communication. But if I don't see you like ever, and I'm asking about you in the chat, and I'm only seeing that you're saying hi like once every 2 days, that's not active enough for this group. So now that we've got that out of the way, that's what we're looking for. So if that doesn't fit your needs or criteria or whatever, then this is not the group for you. As for their group, Group 2, I don't know what they got going on, to be honest with you. I don't really know if they know yet. So they can explain that if you guys want to join in with them. Lo can put the group code in the chat here, the comments section here, which I'm sure he's done. Is it still going in and out of focus? So it shouldn't be. Okay, so that's their code. QDMMKQ. QDMMKQ. What the hell? That's kind of a shitty code. That sucks. I used to have one. It was SLMFPP. I think it's still open, actually. If I remember right, Sandman is the president, which is actually Golden's feeder. So, SL. Oh, great. I have a hopping keyboard. This is cute. Look at this. This is why I stopped using this app. Now I remember. Oh my god. That's going to drive me nuts. Hold on, you guys. I don't know why my screen does that. Oh, hell no. Okay. Let me know if that screen zoom thing stops. If it still does it, I might have to restart the stream. We start war 12 hours before CoM starts. So when you see the 12 hours, right before, CoM starts in 12 hours, that's when we start war. 11 a.m. Washington time. Washington State, not D.C. So yeah, about 2 hours. Okay, is it still doing the screen zoom thing? Whatever you're talking about? Okay. I've noticed my game's been able to, zoom out more. Is it doing it for anybody else or just her? Because I don't know. Maybe you should restart your app or something. Is anybody else's screen zooming in and out? We start war 12 hours before CoM because we want people to be able to... Usually people stay up and they want to be able to get their assignments done, get a nice start going. If you get an attack, a war attack or whatever assignment, and you have 6 hours before the attack phase starts, that sucks. So usually we start it then, and then also because it allows us to start war at 11 p.m. my time, the next round, the second round. So CPT can start it right in the morning when he gets up, which is my nighttime. So it works out perfect. As long as we don't get knocked down or anything. But the attack phase is right away. Okay. Well, if it's just her having the zoom in problem, then it's got to be her. Because if nobody else is having the problem. What do you guys mean it's zoomed in? Okay, I'm going to restart the stream.